Baldur's Gate 3 has a great plethora of official mods that are constantly being added to every single week. Today, I wanted to briefly discuss 12 amazing officially supported mods that you need to try for yourself in order to enhance your overall Baldur's Gate 3 experience. These mods range from quality of life mods to cosmetic mods to even mods that add a bunch of new spells and weapons to the game. With all of that said, let us get right into it. The first mod on this list is the Extra Encounters and Minibosses mod. The mod does exactly what it sounds like and adds a bunch of new encounters and minibosses for you to engage and fight with through all three acts of the game. The mod creator is also constantly working on evolving the mod by adding even more encounters and minibosses, and it's awesome that they've seamlessly added more encounters to fit into all three acts of the game, so you can get even more action as you play through the game. A big highlight for me personally is the fact that every miniboss has their own unique spells and passives, and you'll gain a lot of rewards from taking one of them down, from gold to XP to actual items as well. The next mod on this list is quite a popular one, and this is the Adjustable Party Limit mod. This mod allows you to increase the number of maximum party members to 16 members, which is quite insane. So if you ever wanted to see the banter between all of the party members at once in the game, or you just couldn't let go of a certain companion within your party composition, this mod is definitely one for you. You're of course going to run into the problem where the game becomes extremely easy because of this mod, but by installing other mods that increase the difficulty of the game, you can definitely balance this out, especially if you're just bringing 6 to 8 companions rather than the insane 16 limit that was provided. Getting more into some combat-oriented mods, we've got another pretty well-known one, and that is Mystra's spells. This mod is also quite insane and adds 132 new spells to the game. The creator of the mod has been able to seamlessly build all of these new spells from the ground up to be in line with the existing style of mods in Baldur's Gate 3, and the mod is even compatible with some of the popular subclass mods that others have made, such as the Mindweaver mod. If you're on a subsequent run-through of the game and want something to spice up the combat even more, I can't really think of a better mod than this one, so definitely check it out. This next mod is also one that is combat oriented, and it is the Unlocked Weapons mod. What the Unlocked Weapons mod essentially does is that it gets several weapons that were deemed inaccessible in the game files, specifically melee weapons, and provides them to you as a one-time reward in the chest at the camp in Act 1. And I'm not just talking about 1 or 2 weapons, but rather this mod actually adds over 20 new melee weapons that were in the game files but just weren't accessible for some reason. So now you've got even more weapons to spice up your melee runs throughout this game. Let's now get into some of the cosmetic mods, starting with the Origin Mirror Unlock. If you've been playing as an Origin character and were bummed out by the fact that you couldn't go to the mirror in camp and customize the character that much, this mod solves that problem for you. With the installation of this mod, you'll now be able to go up to the mirror as an Origin character and completely customize the Origin character as if it were your own to your heart's content, as all the restrictions that were previously placed on Origins in customization are now completely removed with this mod. I can definitely see the use in this mod if you want your Gale or Shadowheart, for example, to look just a little different with hair and whatever else. Another cosmetic mod, we've got the Faces of Faerun mod. This mod provides several new heads for character creation without replacing any of the vanilla heads in the game, instead providing you with additional options to choose from when you're making your protagonist. This mod only works for standard body types in the game, but it's a great mod with several new faces or heads that are quite different from the rest already in the game, and I'm even using one of these heads in my current playthrough of the game, so do check it out. Running with the cosmetic theme that we've got going on here at the moment, this one is also another great one that I'm currently using in my playthrough, and that is FaerunColours. What FaerunColours essentially does is that it adds several themed dyes to the game, featuring canonical colors for entities and deities that exist in Faerun. For example, you can get a purple Shah dye or a white Salune dye, and all of these are easily accessible through purchasing them from different vendors throughout all 3 acts of the game, and it really does help you get that perfect look on all of your armor pieces. The last cosmetic mod that I've got on this list is the Act 1 Capes and Cloaks mod. I think the appeal here is quite self-explanatory, because who doesn't love a good cape or cloak? The fact that capes and cloaks are only really accessible from Act 2 onwards is kind of a bummer, and so by installing this mod, you can easily purchase a bunch of unique and well-tailored capes and cloaks from various vendors in Act 1 of the game, allowing you to rock that awesome cloak or cape from the very start of the game, instead of needing to wait all the way till Act 2 of the game. Now, getting into some quality of life mods, of which I did discuss in a separate video that you can check out after this one, we've got the Improved UI mod. The Improved UI mod essentially adds better support for other UI mods and does several tweaks to the game's character creator options to just make it a much more seamless and easy experience overall. It's hard to point out exactly what this mod does for the UI specifically, but it's often a prerequisite for other, more fleshed out UI mods, and so I definitely see it as a must for a quality of life mod. This next mod is also another great quality of life mod, and this one is more easily explainable in terms of its appeal being the Better Inventory UI mod. If you had any problems with some of the smaller aspects of the inventory UI of Baldur's Gate 3, this mod essentially will remedy most of your issues and make the overall organization and use of your inventory just a better process overall. Some of the highlights in particular with this mod is that it gives everything that is usable and useful in your inventory backgrounds and makes previously indistinguishable from trash items have mini icons that actually fit their purpose. Overall, it's a great mod to help you read through your cluttered inventory that much better. Continuing on this quality of life mod tangent, let us discuss the ContainersExtended mod. If you were ever annoyed with the inventory management and wish you had more containers to better organize all of the items that you have in Baldur's Gate 3, then this mod is definitely one for you. The mod essentially adds several new auto sort containers to the game in order to allow you to better organize things in your inventory, from arrows to armor to books to weapons and so much more. The containers can be found at various locations in the game and will provide you with a breath of fresh air in terms of your inventory management in this game, especially when paired with the previously discussed Better Inventory UI mod. The very last mod on our list is another quality of life mod, being the Better Target Info mod. Out of all the quality of life mods on this list, this one is the most self-explanatory, in that it literally just provides you with more and better info while you're in battle in Baldur's Gate 3. It essentially just cleans up and improves several aspects of the target info panel in Baldur's Gate 3, and gives more vital information about items and NPCs without you always needing to right click on them and press examine. It makes things such as statuses much more readable, with the text now being larger, and it also adds the resistances and vulnerabilities of an enemy right under their health bar. This is a mod I highly recommend for all players to install, as it just makes combat that much easier to progress through. I really hope one of the mods on this list has piqued your interest and that you'll give it a go the next time that you launch up your playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. If there's any mods that you would like me to discuss or that you think I missed in this video, please let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, that's all from me for today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider subbing to the channel for more Baldur's Gate 3 and RPG content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.